Feels like we are in a war or something. It's like we have bruised, battle, but we are not giving up.
हमारे पास सिलेक्शन का कोई ऑप्शन ही नहीं था.
There was one player left in the dressing room where if there was a concussion injury, he would have also come.
I was in the hospital. I was watching it on my phone. I was watching that partnership till about 15 minutes before we had to go in. And that's how special that partnership was.
Down the ground, charges through.
The way a couple of cover drives from Shardul, I only call him now Vivian Thakur from Palghar.
It's full, it's down the ground.
At tea time, you knew very clearly this guy is going for the chase.
India, incredible! Rishabh Pant is the star.
I don't think that any victory has been more special than this.
I don't think cricket has seen anything like this.
India win the hearts and minds of cricket fans all around the world.
Heading into the final test, the series stood at 1-1.
Skipper gets it away, fittingly hits the winning runs. What a performance by Team India.
And the decider set at the Gabba, Australia's fortress, where they hadn't lost in over 3 decades.
That's 31 test matches, the longest winning streak of any venue in the world.
Got a hat-trick on his birthday!
So here we go, the 4th test, Australia versus India, up for grabs, the Border Gavaskar Trophy.
I remember precisely when we went to the Gabba test, I was talking to Ashwin, saying that, you know, it feels like we are in a war or something. It's like we have bruised, battle, but we are not giving up. So it was that kind of a situation there once we went to Gabba. 7 of the main first choice players were not available.
एक और मैच होता तो भाई प्लेइंग 11 नहीं बनती हमारी, तो प्लेइंग 10 से खेलना पड़ता मेरे को लगता है. एक बंदा पहले ही रूल्ड आउट है.
From the original squad that India had taken to Australia to play this famous test series, these are the names that they'd already lost. Mohammad Shami, KL Rahul, Jasprit Bumrah, Umesh Yadav, R. Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja. And Virat Kohli had left after the first test.
There was one player left in the dressing room where if there was a concussion injury, he would have also come. Karthik Tyagi was his name. He was the only fellow left. So you can imagine what the boys went through.
Two captains, Ajinkya Rahane and Tim Payne, who will toss the coin.
It's a trophy that the teams are playing for, the Border Gavaskar Trophy, currently held by India.
A big score from Australia in the first innings felt like a formality.
Goes again and gets it the other side.
Marnus Labuschagne was clinical with a century.
Another test century on his home ground.
Everyone began to write the script in favor of the home team. But then came the unlikeliest of resistance. Washington Sundar and Shardul Thakur shook the Australian lineup.
Sundar breaks through! The first test wicket, and what a test wicket it is!
The 4 fast bowlers who were played in that test match, Shardul was playing his second test match, Natarajan was playing his first test match, I think Saini was playing his first test match, and Siraj was playing his third test match. He was leading the bowling attack in his third test match, and Washi was making his debut.
Well, they've got one straight away. Attacks the stumps again.
That's the one that looks close. And Gibbon.
When it was India's turn with the bat, the expectations rested on Rahane, Rohit, and the Sydney saviour, Rishabh Pant.
India didn't start to flash with the bat. I think this is where Rohit Sharma gets out to a pretty wild shot. They keep losing wickets.
But again, it was the underdogs who stepped up.
That is a glorious stroke.
Shot. शार्दुल और वॉशिंगटन ने जो बल्लेबाजी की मैच डिफाइनिंग पार्टनरशिप थी, क्योंकि हम लोग काफी पीछे थे मैच में.
I think it was a courage and grit. It's not easy to play in Gabba in those conditions, but the way they put up the partnership, especially Shardul, he came in and played the aggressive way.
Big wind up from Thakur, clears the lot, to bring up his first Test 50. Does it in style. What an innings, what a partnership.
I was in the hospital. I was watching it on my phone. I was watching that partnership till about 15 minutes before we had to go in. And that's how special that partnership was. I would go back to Javagal Srinath and Anil Kumble in Bangalore. I think it was against South Africa, where they won us the game out of nowhere. Second is Kolkata, Rahul Dravid and Lakshman. And I can proudly say that Washington Sundar and Shardul Thakur, that partnership for me makes that list into 3.
Down the ground, charges through. A 50 on debut for Washington Sundar. What an innings this is. Look at the celebration, the relief, the excitement, and the crowd love it.
Well, that broke the back of Australia, really, that partnership, because 180 for 6 to come to 330 was unreal.
And now it was a one innings battle between Australia and India. I mean, you would have favored Australia. I mean, they had all the odds with them.
Australia knew they needed to hit back and fast.
Oh, that is a lovely drive from Marcus Harris. Great balance.
Australia were playing for the win because the series was 1-all. They ended up actually scoring at a quicker rate. They played it around 3.8, 3.9 runs per hour because they wanted to have a chance to bowl India out quickly.
There's a big appeal and given. Oh, Sundar likes it. So is Paul Wilson.
Edged and taken. This time a healthy edge for Mohammad Siraj. Brought back into the attack.
Siraj leading the bowling attack, bowling the way he did, picking up those 5 wickets and also getting them all out for 290 odd.
Rises and taken.
There's a fire burning deep within my soul. Feel the fire raging out of control.
India started with intent.
Still hard at that. Nicely put away.
Young Shubman Gill dazzled with 91.
Shubman Gill, the second Test 50.
Cheteshwar Pujara, as always, became India's wall.
बैट पकड़ना मेरे लिए आसान नहीं था क्योंकि मेरे उंगली पे हेयरलाइन फ्रैक्चर था तभी, तो काफ़ी मुश्किल हो रही थी बल्लेबाजी में.
Pujara played like a warrior, you know, you have to have guts to play like that, and he surely did.
But the real superhero was Rishabh Pant, promoted to number 5.
तो मैं और गिल तो पहले मतलब जब गाबा आ रहे थे हम लोग तो तभी से डिस्कशन चलता था कि यार ये करना है, तो हमारा थॉट वहीं से था कि यार तगड़े होकर खेलेंगे, मैच जिताना.
He runs down and he does hit it for 6.
You know, at tea time, you knew very clearly this guy is going for the chase. And then when 2 youngsters, you know, 21 years of age, Washi and Rishabh, when they packed in that last hour the way they did, it's unbelievable stuff.
Punched. Rishabh Pant. Still determined as ever.
ऋषभ पंत ने लास्ट 1 घंटा अपने आप को पेश किया.
Oh, they're brave. Pant shapes. Little lap sweep.
Before Washington came in, I thought the match was in balance. It was 50-50. But Washington, when he played that knock of 20-odd runs in the second innings, and obviously when Rishabh Pant is there in the middle, you'll always have the confidence that India can still pull it off. But Washington actually playing that knock made Rishabh Pant's job much more easier.
India keep losing wickets at the other end. Then Shardul Thakur goes for the glory shot and gets out. And Navdeep Saini, who is injured at this point, he couldn't even bowl in the second innings. He walks out.
दिमाग में एक थॉट था, सैनी को पहले बोला हुआ था और इसकी हैमस्ट्रिंग खींची हुई थी. इसको बोला था भाई कहीं पर भी हो इस दुनिया में बॉल भाग जाइयो, क्योंकि मेरे को था ये रन आउट हो जाएगा. हाँ. कोई दिक्कत नहीं, 8 विकेट हो जाएंगे. हाँ. मेरे को पता था मैं तो पहुंच जाऊंगा. हाँ.
It's full, it's down the ground, it'll be at least 1. Saini has got an injury with the groin.
ड्रीम कम ट्रू की भयंकर भाई मैच जिता के दिया है, सीरीज जिता के दी है, ये वाला फीलिंग चाहिए था, अपने आप को बोल रहा था.
I have watched many games of Indian teams playing. I have played a lot of games with India. The kind of character and the belief shown by the whole squad, I don't think that any victory has been more special than this.
You know, you talk about Indian performances, I'll go one step forward. I don't think cricket has seen anything like this or anything bigger than this.
The fortress has fallen, but the message stands tall.
Never, ever underestimate the Indian.